Hey, what's going on, guys? Glorious Gun here, and we got another Hulk video here for you today. I actually have, I think, like three games, 3 or 4 around in the gold tier, but a majority of them that you'll be seeing is the majority of my time spent in gold. As of recording this video, I am Plat 2, and I have a couple of Plat games recorded, so hopefully you'll see those in the coming days. But for now, just got a bunch of gold games that, are pretty fun, but this one, thankfully, is nothing crazy. I was trying to think about what I would want to talk about in regards to this rank, but I feel like my primary tangent has to do more with Plat. So I'm going to save that discussion for when I get there. But as far as how gold was, I guess I got pretty lucky. I don't know. It's either a measure of the enemy team being like kind of disoriented and us just being able to capitalize on that, and then for my own personal play, securing additional frags here and there has been pretty ideal in regards to getting on point, getting objective points down, or even holding and trying to maintain a decent defense. But here it's pretty smooth sailing. I feel like if your cart is inching away, and your whole team is still there, even if there is like a little offset death, right? Like one of your DPSs or healers gets like fucked up in the backline. This is ideal because essentially you're not being railroaded. There is no stagnation, and as such, you'd be surprised with like one wipe how long you could sit on the payload for. Even if you're fucking 10 feet away from that next checkpoint and the time extension, it's a lot easier than you realize. In all essence, it kind of comes back to the core philosophy of what you need to do in this game, right? And it's peeling. And peeling is also staggering, right? But peeling ideally is focus firing, at least select members of the enemy team. In a lot of cases, you melt down their front line. Their front line can't do anything, right? Not providing protection. And then you can start picking off their DPSs, or vice versa. If you're applying enough pressure, that's going to let your vanguards dive into the back line, try to kill whatever their healers are, and then you can slowly start peeling off the rest of the team as they're at a health deficit, right? So, just kind of the ideal here. I think this game has a lot of utterly fucking tragic Hulk ults. I think this is the first of many. I have mixed feelings about the Hulk ultimate, right? And I've kind of talked about it before in other videos. I think in a vacuum, if you're winning a team fight and you bust that shit out and there's not a healer present, damage potential huge, right? And even just doing like his upgraded base attack or his rotation with the clap and freeze in superior Hulk form, you would still be prudent to do so when needed, especially for the health extension, keeping Bruce alive essentially, or allowing you to disengage if you need to do that. But definitely had a lot of instances where I have completely fucked up my entire use of it, and I felt like my utility for it was null and void, and it's definitely frustrating to look back upon those things, but they happen. I still do it with Strange too. I, for whatever reason, have refused to move the melee keybind from V to one of my mouse button 4 or 5. And because of that, when I'm a little frantic, I'll occasionally like fat finger Strange's ult. So he'll go into like the start of the teleport mode. You obviously want to cancel out because you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't want a portal. And then before you know it, that's on 180 cooldown. Then your team wipes. And then when you could have effectively used the portal, you can. And then people are in chat like, dude, you're such a fucking dingus, bro. Like, uninstall the game. What is going on? So that's really just a personal issue I could truly alleviate, but I'm just, being stubborn about it, I guess, or lazy. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, it looks like Loki stole Hulk form here. Pretty huge. Lots of damage. But yeah, Hulk's ult, like, right here, right? Like, this poor guy pulled out the command grab. He has his team, I think even his healers right there in the back line, though they were getting kind of peeled. And even smashing Loki, that didn't do shit besides let the enemy team, like, melt his superior form, regardless if it's going to go away. But then you're just kind of fucking yourself, right? For what? To be, kind of like permalocked in an animation for 5 seconds that isn't even going to do like a complete kill. Now, what are the alternatives to this, I wonder? You know, in my eyes, since it's an iframe and, you know, Bruce is stuck in this animation along with that other enemy player, I think there should be like a disable on maybe health respective to like when that's happening in the animation. So like basically if like Bruce has the capacity to get absolutely melted by that shit, right? But the enemy player has the capacity to get easily healed because of their hitbox. It's far easier for the enemy team to try to heal whatever fucking character Bruce is grabbing at that instance than the inverse, where if you're trying to have your team aggregate damage and they're on the floor, you do get that like 2-second period where they're flatlined, right, and they're doing the Yamcha pose. But even then, they're usually probably back at full health or ready to use their abilities to disengage if need be. It's just super fucking frustrating, you know. So I'm curious. I feel like its use in terms of doing a lot of damage is very circumstantial, but its utility more is in being able to soak up even more damage for your health pool. But it's a shame. It's such a cool part of his ultimate, and I wish it had just like a little more impact. But you know, very contingent on a lot of stuff. And contingencies are something I will discuss as we move on in some of the later videos, mostly plat, because I think that's just been a huge area of frustration for me, like not being able to play my respective role because the one role that everyone's coveting, once they have it, they're not effectively using it, and it's fucking up the whole flow of the match, and you feel it, you know. But that's for another topic. We're trying to focus down this Luna. Gave her that Katua, but it looks like our teammates there have cleaned up the kill. And yeah, we're just slowly moving. We're on OT, which is like a little nerve-wracking, right? But everyone's around the cart. There's always someone kind of in the vicinity of it, because I've had stupid shit like this before where people accidentally all walk away, and then it's like, you know, we have our fucking pants down. We could have kept going and potentially got more points, but, you know, stupid shit happens. Shocker there. But yeah, ideally looking to grab this second point here. I do believe we get a time extension, right? Maybe. Or we might fuck up here too. It's hard to remember. It's crazy. Like, I've put in probably around like 30 games since this match, so it's interesting to go back and watch these, even though this was only a couple of days ago. And I was only in bronze like earlier this week. But just being in plat now, just like it seems like fucking eons ago. Though my climb out of gold was, you know, pretty quick. And even when I was rolling through plat, on my first day, or my second day, I was like, damn, I was close to plat 1, and was just still doing well, and I'm like, I might hit diamond. But then, the last few games today, with exceptions, have been pretty cataclysmic in terms of, like, we have DPS is like literally doing negative fucking damage, you know. I'm waiting 10 minutes to see a kill feed, a frag. And I can't really do a whole lot with that, you know, unless I go fucking DPS, but then they're not going to go tank, and then it's just a whole ordeal, and you don't want to backseat anybody, but there is like a passivity with that shit, right? I feel like a lot of people, when they're playing DPS and they're not doing well, they're just like, alright, I'm going to coast. I'm going to fucking coast and like let my team, you know, my ability to kill is contingent on them, right? So, and that's not what you want, dude. You want to pick the character you can to make sure you can kind of assert yourself a bit more and take up space. But it's going to be the first round there. We secured our 3 points on the overtime. Felt pretty good. Good teamwork there. And I believe this time round on defense, we just shut them down. There's really not a whole lot of space for them to move. Oh, okay, yeah, something I want to talk about here. And I'm a little guilty of it because we all want to be close to the action, but I think right here, yeah, I actually use the wall and hover. I don't like how close my team is in a lot of matches to the opening gate. Like, I've had friendly vanguards or like the second tank, right, playing Thor or whatever the fuck, and they are 20 feet away from us by the enemy gate, like trying to get the jump on them or some shit, like fuck with their backline. And like the healers couldn't be farther away from them because the whole team is aggregating towards the point or the choke that they're trying to contend at. And yeah, dude, unless you're gonna get like some absolutely insane fucking bonkers luck with that shit, like it is really just conducive to getting you fucked up and kind of putting our team at a disadvantage, if that makes any sense, right? Because then you're down, you could have been there helping us or mitigating or, you know, potentially applying the additional damage we needed to secure a kill, and then you're not. But we up in Bruce form, dude. We got the blicky. Got absolutely launched, dude. Home run. That was fucking... I love the ragdolls in this game. I know I've said that before, but in truth, they do provide like a intrinsic joy to my life. It's just stupid, you know, and I think I need more stupid shit that is not consequential to my well-being or my mental health that I can laugh at, that isn't just immediate like gallows humor as it seems to be these days. But yeah, looks like they were moving on up here. Just kind of deploying shields where I can. We're close to getting our ult, and I think, yeah, this ult use is pretty devastating. I wanted to eject out of a fucking window after I attempted to use it, but unfortunately stuck the Loki clone there. Luna is popping her ult. In this instance, like, unless people are, you know, actively like moving outside of her heal cone, you know, I would say probably getting out is your best option, or, you know, positioning yourself in front of your team so that you can take all that damage, wait for their ult to end, and then, you know, retaliate. But yeah, making sure we take down the Loki heal portals there. You know, they're really realistically not down for long, but they're down long enough and they heal quick enough that it would be prudent to take them down, you know, if you don't want to like let the enemy team reset completely. There's been a lot of instances where, like, you know, like our Mantis right there was one shot, right? It only takes like maybe 2 seconds for her to get like back in the game at full health if Loki has his AoE heal down. So, and that's completely contingent with the amount of clones he has out as well, which it could be upwards of 3 or maybe 4, I think. I haven't played him in a bit, but, you know, as discussed in a prior video, he can definitely like turn the tides in that sense, even if his healing is a little slower than some other champions. But yeah, thankfully we got lucky here. Lots of accumulated damage. Bruce is down. He's dead. We flex on him a little bit because we got about 27 seconds, I think, right? I have my play resolution super low, so I'm it's incredibly hard to see what the timer is, just due to the degradation of the quality. But it looks like we're about to wrap things out. Alright, so here we go. I'm like big dick mode, right? I'm gonna pop Superior Hulk form. This is gonna be the sickest fucking play of the game. We're gonna grab a Loki clone and completely waste my fucking time, which is super embarrassing. And then ultimately just getting melted down and not doing a whole lot besides just soaking up damage, I guess, there, which is okay, but I'm not necessarily proud of my util. And yeah, you kind of get cucked here towards the end, but a fat fucking ult comes in, and unfortunately for the enemy team, that's gonna do it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We got a few more videos coming, and as always, I appreciate your support. Good luck on your climb, and season 1 is going to be starting very soon. Excited to jump in and do it all over again.